It's a day that we've all been waiting for. MLS Next Playoffs has finally come. We're waiting to see who is going to be crowned champion. With all of the amazing play that has happened throughout the course of the week, it all comes down to this.
We begin our championship Sunday with a marquee matchup. It's the U19 finals at MLS Next Cup. The Los Angeles Galaxy facing off against Cedar Stars Academy Bergen from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Welcome to the Richard Siegel Soccer Complex. Here is the bracket, how we got there. We'll show it to you. Cedar Stars, 3 straight one-goal wins, none crazier than their semifinal win against Orlando. Meanwhile, the Galaxy, an El Tráfico beatdown, and then a late winner against RSL to reach the final. Welcome you up to the broadcast booth alongside former MLS striker Kalen Carr. My name's Evan Weston. Kalen, we've been excited for this one since it got laid out on semifinal Friday. Should be a blockbuster matchup to decide it all.
Yeah, what a tournament it's been so far, and I'm not surprised to see both teams here. LA Galaxy, for me, was one of the better teams at GA Cup. They've had an excellent season. You mentioned the big win in the El Tráfico in this tournament and find their way to the final. And Cedar Stars, what a performance in the semifinal, beating a vaunted Orlando City side that was stacked in the last extra time minutes to come from behind down a man. So they've got some momentum coming into this final.
We'll start with the Galaxy. They had their hands full with Real Salt Lake as well. Eric Preston gets it started after Carson Sagely was saved twice. And after an RSL equalizer, LA would go on to win it late.
Yeah, they're going to have to be really good in the box. Really important for them. They can create opportunities through the run-up play, but you can see the way they stack 5 numbers in the box here. It ends up paying in the end with the goal from Magana. What a time to do it, to send them to the final.
Starting 11 for the LA Galaxy, Dylan Vanny stirring the drink from the number 10 spot.
Yeah, they're going to look to play through that midfield 3 with Arnold and Shakiris, trying to control the game. Important for them to dominate that midfield against the Cedar Stars team that has the athleticism to get out in transition. And then that front 3, can they connect from back to front?
Meanwhile, Cedar Stars, stunning that they're even here. They were 1-0 down late against Orlando. Junior Juve, their top player, gets sent off for hands to the face on Zakaria Taipi. 92nd minute, Amadou Khan equalizes down to 10, and a few minutes later, Kalen, they pull off the impossible.
Yeah, it was madness, because Caraballo had just scored for Orlando City. You thought it might be over, and they might sit back and wait for penalties, and it was anything but. They decide to put it in the box. It ends up being an own goal, but what a performance from Cedar Stars, showing their resiliency to come from behind and get to this final.
Here is the 11 for Cedar Stars. Xavier Abidjan replaces Juve in the 11 next to Khan.
Yeah, Amadou Khan is going to be the target up top. They need to be able to find him, use his ability in the air, in the run-up play, and then Ajibong has been a standout for me in this tournament, one of the best midfielders I've seen so far.
LA Galaxy in their trademark white, Cedar Stars in green as we get underway from Richard Siegel Soccer Complex, the main stadium here for Championship Sunday. So happy to have you with us. Beautiful morning, although that sun is beating down. It is already feels like near 90 degrees here at 8:30 local time. Something to keep an eye on as we go through. And also, this will be the first game either team has played on grass at this tournament after spending time on the turf fields throughout the run of the week. An early goal kick here for Cedars, for the LA Galaxy. Cedar Stars will attack with that front 2, 3-5-2 for the Jersey side. Looking for Sagely, and Bazama able to walk it back in. Yes, Carson Sagely does wear number 1 as a center forward. Certainly deserves it. The run he's been on this week is primarily responsible for their first goal against RSL. Galaxy again on the attack.
And you're getting a look early on at the two different philosophies and game models. Galaxy will dominate possession, especially through this heat. As you mentioned, Evan, it's going to be a hot one. And so really being able to shift Cedar Stars, a compact team, side to side, not allow a lot of space through the middle. How does the Galaxy keep that balance of possession, but then also, when they can, break lines and see if they can get in behind Cedar Stars?
With the ball, the Galaxy will build out of something like a 3-2-5. Very common possession-based model, built on what they do with their first team. MLS champions last season. Is Preston. He'll attack the Cedar Stars captain Eager, puts it in front, or rather behind, Christian Correas. Correas with a shot after regaining the ball, but it's blocked. And then a foul on the other side. And we'll go against Magana. Free kick, Cedar Stars.
Yeah, but the Galaxy want to find those wingers inverted in those little half spaces. Can they tuck inside just underneath of Sagely, and then they look to combine, see if they can find any sort of area in between. But Cedar Stars, we saw against Orlando City, very compact, did not allow much space coming out of that 3-5-2 formation with the 3 center backs, really crowding space in those interior areas.
This is Gus Gonzalez, captain for LA Galaxy. Who's touched by Correas, but Mason Vanny, one of the Vanny brothers on the team, their first team head coach Greg. Cedar Stars trying to capitalize here on a couple of loose touches, but Gonzalez does well to get it out of trouble. Yeah, but they're going to look to press high when they can get their opportunities, with Galaxy playing out of pressure. Saw that one go all the way back to Owen Pratt in goal. Had to slide to just get that one cleared. And switching from playing on turf all week to grass, it might just shift things a little bit early. So have to be careful in a final, especially, not to make any sort of mistakes as you're adjusting. Plenty of the ball early for the Galaxy. First few minutes here in Tennessee in the U19 final. Our oldest age group here at MLS Next Cup. Hartley looking for Preston in behind. And a good defensive play by Eager to slide that out. Yeah, it's a good matchup to watch there. Eager coming over as that right center back, but always want to see if you can bring those big center backs out into space and see if they're comfortable going against some of the more one-on-one ability you have from the Galaxy with Preston. Eager looking for Hahn. It's over his head. Mateo Chakiris holds it down. But in front of Sagely, there is Rosario. Only as far as Correas. Galaxy will take it back into possession. They're looking to just dominate the ball here, Kalen, and keep Cedar Stars on the back foot. Yeah, you can see just the way that they were able to recycle the ball, to not step too high and force the issue. Just with the heat, especially pretty clear contrasting styles between these two clubs. What do you think the impact of the conditions is? Not only the heat, but also playing on grass for the first time this week. Well, I think it's a few things, because one, the final is always nobody's fully healthy. Everybody's been going through, seen cramping throughout the week, playing many matches in a short amount of time, and both teams have leaned on their starting 11. Not many changes between both sides coming into this game. So I think for me, the shift to playing on this field is a little bit different as far as how does it hold up. Dig in a little bit, we see a few players just slipping early. So for the Galaxy style especially, building out of the back, might be something for Cedar Stars to try and see if they can capitalize on a mistake. It's Magana for the Galaxy. Hartley. Mid-block defensively for Cedar Stars. They have to conserve their pressure, pick those moments. Chakiris to Magana, here they come. As it rolls back to the keeper, Owen Pratt. And it's picked off in the box by Tanjagora. No foul on Magana as it rolls away harmlessly. Ooh, a nervy moment there. You mentioned it, Kalen, that Cedar Stars, if they pick their spots, could have opportunities taking the ball out of the back from LA Galaxy.
Yeah, but I don't anticipate that to change. I think the Galaxy are going to continue to play out because they want to invite that pressure. It's set up that way. So once they break that first line, then can they get in behind and get out in space? So I expect the Galaxy to continue to try to build their way out. And that's where I think that midfield can come in. Can they find Dylan Vanny? Can they find Preston Correas tucking inside, just in behind that midfield space?
All Galaxy on the ball. Cedar Stars looking threatening on the break. There's Correas getting into the middle. And here they come with Mason Vanny. Good defending there by Nascimento to break that up. Abidjan for Cedar Stars. Starting for the suspended Junior Juve. Loses out under multiple defenders. There's Gabriel Arnold. He's started a few matches this year for Ventura County, MLS Next Pro side. Looking for Mason Vanny in behind with the ball. Mason Vanny almost plays as an extra winger, very high up the field for the LA Galaxy. You know, we drop into that back four against the ball. A lot of responsibility on the younger Vanny brother.
He's had a few nice goals this tournament as well. He has that ability, size, but the technical ability as well to get in those spaces, and he has the freedom as well, as you mentioned, to come out into the wide areas, create some wide overloads, and see if you can bring a numerical advantage with the Galaxy in possession.
Mason Vanny throwing it into Magana. He had the game winner from center back in the semifinal round against RSL. The first close game the Galaxy played this week. They crushed LAFC in the quarterfinals 5-1. Won their round of 16 game 3-0. Dylan Vanny, who has scored 3 times this year in MLS Next Pro. That one turned over by Hartley. Here's Kwaku Ajabang. How impressive has he been? Clemson committed defensive midfielder for Cedar Stars.
Yeah, that's a good matchup to watch, is him and Vanny. The two of them playing similar positions, and Ajabang, as you mentioned, has had a really strong tournament for me. One of the better midfielders from this age group.
Was his ball in that caused the own goal that sent Cedar Stars into the final against Orlando? Goose Gonzalez finally forced long and might work out, but it's off the back of Sagely's head. Nascimento's going to get there first. Sagely had that run timed perfectly, and just terribly unfortunate to have that bounce off the back of his noggin rather than fall to his feet.
That's unlucky. It's a great ball in, and Galaxy, for all the possession they have in tight spaces, when the Cedar Stars step high, there's space in behind if they can exploit it. And it just comes off the back of the head of Sagely there when it looked like he was in.
Here's Hartley now for the Galaxy. Nearing the 10-minute mark, feeling out process here in the U19 final. Sagely knocking this one down. Ajabang gets in the way. Kwaku Ajabang trying to keep it, loses out under pressure. Here come the Galaxy. Vanny and Sagely can't combine. It'll stay with LA down to Preston. Preston, the left winger, taking on Eager. Ball into the box, just away from Sagely, and out for a goal kick. Sagely inches away from turning that one in towards goal.
That's well worked from the Galaxy here. Finding Preston on this far right side, and he just kind of rolls it. Doesn't need to beat him, just creating a little bit of space, and you can see the space there right in the middle from Sagely, and right there just fails to make contact, but a really good ball in there from Preston.
Galaxy again will work it around the back. Cedar Stars seem pretty comfortable without the ball, but the Galaxy beginning to threaten a little bit more here, Kalen.
Yeah, we've seen Cedar Stars set up like this where it's pretty narrow, especially in their defensive structure. This is where you see Vanny looking for the space out wide.
Here he comes, Dylan Vanny. Slips one in towards Preston, and it's Bazama with a good read. Knocks the ball down to himself and just about stays inside his penalty area. as he falls on top of it.
I think that's going to be a pattern the Galaxy continue to look for, where there's not much space in the middle, and Cedar Stars are almost waiting for you to force it in. It's similar to the way we see Philadelphia Union play, Red Bull, just being compact, inviting that ball into the interior spaces, and then looking to win and go quickly in transition. So Galaxy have to pick their moments of when they want to try to go through the middle and when they go through the wide areas instead.
Here they come again. Correas broken up by Nascimento, but he's fouled. Correas earns the free kick. Cedar Stars seem to have basically no interest in possession early on in this game, Kalen.
Yeah, but they just want to continue to be compact, not allow the Galaxy too many opportunities, and when they get their chance, just when you think they're not in this one, we've seen a few times this tournament, Cedar Stars have the ability.
Dylan Vanny for his brother Mason out wide. Mason, first time cross towards the back of the area. Preston beaten to the punch by Gorsowski. Hartley coming up from left back. He sends one into the mixer, deflected away, and good footwork by Tanjagora. Now Cedar Stars will look to break. Hahn accelerating down the left. They'll send it towards him. It's too far over his head, and it will roll back comfortably to Owen Pratt.
It's really good positioning there defensively from Galaxy center back Gonzalez, who just gives a little bump off the ball to Hahn before he makes that run, allows himself that extra inch to come over and defend that space.
Well, this game is certainly settled into a pattern here. Sagely pokes it forward. Chance here for Preston to make something happen. Sagely coming back into the play. Flicks it back to Dylan Vanny. Referee gets in the way, and that will stop play. Dylan Vanny a little too crafty for the official right there.
The referee immediately holds his hand up. It's in the way, but yeah, it's good little action there. Looking for that third man runner with Vanny crashing into that middle right on top of the box.
So drop the ball for Gabriel Arnold. Down with the academy this week. He's on an MLS Next Pro deal. A few of these guys for the Galaxy are already signed to future homegrown deals. Magana, Pratt among them. They'll become homegrowns in 2027 for the first team. Ball down towards the corner, and the flag is up on Sagely. Galaxy are completely maxed out as far as their salary cap goes. They have all of their roster slots filled. They have no allocation money left in the bank. They went all in for that MLS Cup last season and got the job done, and are paying for it here in 2025. But they've got young talent in the pipeline waiting for those slots to open up, get up into the first team.
Yeah, but if you gave me the choice of saying I have an MLS Cup.
Absolutely. I don't think there's anybody in Carson or the greater Los Angeles area who wouldn't make the trade that they made. And certainly you can't plan for the injury epidemic that they have suffered as well. It's just been sort of a perfect storm going against them this season after everything lined up for them last year. But flags fly forever, don't they? Here's Dylan Vanny. He is fouled by Gorsowski, and referee is going to beckon Gorsowski over for talking to, as Vanny is a little shaken up.
This is really clever through the midfield here, where they play out, and this just little dummy there to open up space with Vanny coming in, gets to the ball first. And here you can see just coming behind the leg, clear foul, but love the little dummy. That bit of ingenuity through the midfield allows them to break lines, and Galaxy building out of the back really well so far.
Goose Gonzalez holding court for the Galaxy. Vanny forward. Sagely manages to keep it in play. Going to race onto this from the corner. Sagely into the area, and Nascimento does a good job to dump it out.
It's been pretty heavily weighted down this left flank in the first half for the Galaxy, the way they've even brought players interchanging positions, with Sagely drifting out and then Preston coming in and taking his place, filling those runners coming in.
It's a very Guardiola-flavored 3-2-5 in possession for the Galaxy, but I say that, but Greg Vanny's been running this system since back in the Toronto days when he won the treble in 2017. Your Raheem Edwards and Stephen Betashore wingbacks in that system. Victor Vasquez. Here's Hartley off the corner. Good header away by Tanjagora. Galaxy trying to keep it alive, but nothing there on the overhead swipe by Gonzalez.
Gonzalez just trying to get up and down over that one. Doesn't get the contact right, but Galaxy have been able to pin back Cedar Stars in their own box and haven't had that clear look as of yet. That one ball in coming across to Sagely, it's a pretty good look, but didn't get the contact he needed.
Cedar Stars play short for now. Cemento now goes long, looking for Abajan. Just about fell to him, but he couldn't haul it in, and the Galaxy right back in possession. Hartley slipped on the ball a little bit, just about recovers. Hahn pressing Pratt. Shakiris plays it out to Gonzalez, and now Hartley coming up the left. Knocked down and into possession for Cedar Stars by Eager. This is Altiers. Ball in front. Hahn flashes across, but can't make solid contact. It's out for a goal kick. First bite at the apple here for Cedar Stars in the 18th minute.
Yeah, and that's the formula, though. Win it, go quickly. You can see there, Altiers just whipping that ball in, and exactly the target they want to find in Amadou Hahn. Seen his ability in the air, scored against Orlando City on the corner kick this time. Doesn't get enough on it, but is looking towards that back post there. But good action to win that ball in midfield and then go quick.
Even more onus on Hahn today with his running mate, Junior Juve, suspended. Hahn, the youngest player on Cedar Stars, a high school sophomore playing 2 levels up here with the U19s.
And he's one of the few that are uncommitted on this roster. Sure, he'll have some nice options at his disposal.
I was gonna say, every college coach in attendance here, I bet, is chomping at the bit to get their hands on Amadou Hahn. And I'm sure a fair few MLS academies, too. He did pop up at GA Cup for the Philadelphia Union. As if they need more young talent in their pipeline. They took home a trophy this week, winning the U15 MLS NEXT Cup yesterday morning.
Yeah, that area is just a hotbed for talent. You look all up and down this roster as well for Cedar Stars. St. John's, North Carolina State, Clemson, Virginia, St. John's, like a ton of really top universities and programs to build through. And Cedar Stars have been able to build a really good program. This is their back-to-back years here in this final. Lost last year, and looking to see if they can get on the right side of results and come away with the trophy.
Good read there by Correas to come all the way in on what was kind of a no-man's land ball from Gonzalez. Cedar Stars drawing a high line of confrontation now as we near the 20-minute mark. 0-0 in our U19 final. Pratt, another future homegrown for the Galaxy. Gonzalez slides it along to Hartley. Nicely done by Hartley, takes it inside, now trying to release Preston. Out of his box, Bazama slips, it's in for Preston, whistle blows, it's a handball and a red card. Bazama slips on the grass,
issued to number 1.
Reaches up outside of his box, it's a handball. Bazama sent off. A massive moment early on in this U19 final.
Yeah, and you can just see his feet go out from underneath him, and from there understands Preston's gonna have an easy tap in and puts his hand up outside of the box. It's a clear red card and an unfortunate one. Some of the small differences in a final, those little mistakes, and I think partly due to maybe not being accustomed to playing on grass at this point, playing on turf throughout the run of this tournament, and then finally coming to the final. You could see his boots just go out from underneath him. It's a big mistake and saves a clear goal. I think it would have been an easy tap in for Preston, but now Cedar Stars, who have already been under pressure, conceding possession fully up to this point, down a man.
Cedar Stars will have to sub on a new goalkeeper to replace the red-carded Bazama.
Keeper, just come over here first. Keep.
Be Alex Provost who will be called upon here, and we'll see who they have to sub off to get him into the game. All 10 outfield players are still on the pitch for Cedar Stars. One of them is coming out here with Provost entering for Bazama. A stunning development here in the first half of the U19 final.
And Cedar Stars have become familiar to adversity. Had a red card in the second half of their last match to get to this point. Lost one of their best players, Junior Joof, in that situation. Still came back, scored 2 goals to find their way past Orlando City. So if you're the coach, you say, well, look, we've been down. We've continued to fight back. The mentality is strong there. This was more of a mistake than a mental mistake that we saw here. It's just a straight ball, and Galaxy invited that pressure, but right here it just goes all wrong for Bazama. It's really unlucky to slip there. I think just instinctively reaches out to stop the goal from happening. You can see right there, he knows he's disappointed. It's unlucky for him, but Cedar Stars are gonna have to adapt.
Simon Gorsowski is out for Cedar Stars for Provost, and now they've got to deal with this free kick. Arnold and Dylan Vanny standing over it, and Cedar Stars up against it as the Galaxy look for the lead after the red card. Shocking moment here in the U19 MLS Next Cup final.
You just want to put this one on frame with a new keeper coming in. Just put it on target.
It'll be Dylan Vanny, their star player. Curls it over the bar. Just couldn't get the dip on it. It's the hardest part.
It tries to get it up and down, but I like the idea of just new keeper coming on, recognizing, hey, he has no time to warm up. He's not expecting to play at all in the final, most likely, and just want to see if you can put anything on frame early to see if you can catch him in nervy moments, not warmed up. Didn't have time to work with the staff on the side, and it'll be interesting to see how the Galaxy approach these next few minutes.
Backup goalkeeper, one of those roles like backup quarterback, catcher, where you can go from sitting for months at a time to being called into action just like this in a final. Remember John McCarthy for LAFC a few years ago at MLS Next Cup, winning the game's MVP award coming on for an injured Maxime Crépeau. Here's Cedar Stars right away. Altiers puts one into the box, but it's blocked. It'll fall here kindly. A shot over the bar from Baden Wadling. Wadling had a look there. He's been moved over to the right side here with Gorsowski coming off.
Yeah, a couple good moments here from Cedar Stars. Is looking for Altiers on this cutback. Doesn't get enough purchase on the shot there, but Achibong right there on the repress was able to disrupt just enough to see this shot come in, but Achibong saw it get involved for the first time in possession, spinning out of pressure. Need to get him on the ball more, just to relieve pressure at times to get foothold in this game and keep some possession, so it's not just going one way with the Galaxy having everything.
Get the hydration break here. Already plenty of incident here in our U19 MLS Next Cup final. Nicholas Bazama sent off for a handball outside the box, and the Galaxy up a man, 0-0 as we take a quick break here in Tennessee.
You ready? MLS is game on. Don't you? On. Stars on.
Haven't Sullivan, the history maker.
30,000 friends on. Rivalries on.
Versus New York City.
MLS, this is our soccer. Game on.
Players making their way back out. 27th minute here in the MLS Next Cup U19 final, and already a major moment as Cedar Stars goalkeeper Nicholas Bazama slipped on the grass field and sent off for a handball outside the box. Cedar Stars, like they were in the semis, down to 10 men. Unlike the semis, they are not trailing when that occurred. But it's also about 45 minutes earlier in the game as they come under some adversity again. Meanwhile, the LA Galaxy have had a ton of the ball, Kalen, but yet to create that clear-cut opportunity to take the lead.
Yeah, they've dominated in possession. I'm sure we'll have even more leading up to this point. I'm interested to see how Cedar Stars set up, though. That hydration break couldn't have come at a better time for them. Suffering with the red card coming out, having to adjust quickly, at least get a moment to set up and see if they change the shape here.
Tanjagora, Abidjan, chance to break here. Tanjagora using his speed, blasting into the penalty area, working it inside the box from Magana. Tanjagora all the way to the end line, and finally cleared away. All the way up towards Sagely. Fall right back to Abidjan for Cedar Stars, and now Ajabang back to Rosario. Rosario launching it forward, looking for Hahn. He gets it into the air to himself, but Pratt will line up the loose ball. It does look like Cedar Stars has switched to a back four here, Kalen, with Wandling at right back and Nascimento at left back. And the three in midfield the same. Tanjagora, Altiers, and Ajabang, with Abidjan playing off of Hahn up top. Here's Vanny. Even with Cedar Stars down a man, he's going to draw a ton of attention. Extremely compact here from the side in green. Mason Vanny out wide. He'll whip one in. Preston knocks it down, and a good touch from Ajabang. Floated up to Abidjan. Here they come. Hahn racing forward, and he's well offside. Knew it right away, but they're going to pull it back for a foul on the Galaxy. We'll have a free kick for Cedar Stars in the center circle.
Yeah, but it all starts with Ajabang. It's been really good winning the ball and then helping them build out of pressure. A little outside of the left foot ball to release in space, and then they're looking in transition to Amadou Hahn. The timing just a little bit off as far as that final connection, but Ajabang has been the start of some of the really good moments so far as they've got a foothold in this.
He was the one who served in the ball for the winner on Friday. And you would think they're going to take any opportunity to put one in the mixer here for Amadou Hahn or one of their center backs. Nascimento, the left footer, over the ball here.
It's a straight ball, though, so you likely looking maybe towards the back post and then trying to nod this one across.
Hahn is on the near side. Curling ball straight to Pratt.
That's the challenge of the positioning of that free kick, and electing to go straight in is going to be difficult.
Nutmeg there by Dylan Vanny. And the Galaxy out in the open field. Correas. Turn it back across to Hartley as Cedar Stars get back. That compact low block. Going to be a lot of defending. Ball in from Shakiris, and it evades everyone. Out for goal kick. Alex Provost coming in as the goalkeeper.
You three in a line. Reference point is the sixes. Billy, are you listening?
He'll be playing his college soccer at Denison this fall.
As a three when we are out of possession. Bakari Kwaku, 2 sixes on the 10.
Hahn flicking it on Abidjan. Gonna get on this, he shoots! Wide of Pratt, and the goal.
Yeah, but it's almost like going down a man has simplified the approach for Cedar Stars, and it's not a bad route to go through. Hahn in the air and looking for any knockdowns, and it's a good strike here, looking towards that back post from Abidjan. Good opportunity to go direct and then looking for that knockdown.
Galaxy's turn again. Shakiris across to Arnold and Dylan Vanny, who's continued to float out towards that left-hand side. Goose Gonzalez.
Billy, stay with Amadou. Together.
Vanny. Preston. Offside.
You can hear the technical staff from Cedar Stars above giving out directions. 4 in the back, 2 6s, monitoring the 10s from the Galaxy, and then kept 3 up top defensively. So wanting to spread wide, protect the middle, but that should leave space just on either edge of the midfield. That's where we've seen Vanny drift into those areas, Chakiris on the other side of them. So the early ball in, it's really only been Carson Sagely in the box. So let's see if they can maybe find a second runner or another way in.
Correas. Chakiris gets there in front of Tanjagora. Chakiris, another young midfielder that the Galaxy are very excited about. Potential future first-teamer for them. Here's Hartley. He'll poke it out into space. Preston running onto it, sends it through, and it's by Correas. He'll come out towards Mason Vanny. Chakiris. And fouled from behind by Abidjan, free kick.
It's a lovely ball in behind there with the outside of the left foot from Hartley, and the cutback is where it's on. It's the right idea, but gonna have more time and space for the outside backs for the Galaxy. Hartley steps into it well, shows the class with the outside of the left foot to release Preston.
Now look at a tasty looking set piece. Just outside the box here. See who lines up for this one. Looks like they've got Correas and Hartley around the ball.
Right, outside of the wall. Can we line it up, please? Alex, line it up.
Here the technical staff for Cedar Stars encouraging their young goalkeeper there, who again has been thrust into the fire here after the red card to Bazama.
They haven't tested him at all from the Galaxy. He hasn't touched it as of yet, and I think that's where to just simplify the approach, understanding, hey, you don't know if you don't actually test him, and expect them to just put something in front of him with runners coming across and ask some questions.
Correas runs over it. Hartley takes it short, and it implodes. Hahn sliding it away cleanly, and off of the Galaxy. Now a training ground set piece gone awry for LA.
Yeah, they tried to get clever here, where it looks like Correas is no longer involved, runs over it, and then they look to find it. It's a strong tackle there from Amadou Hahn. You can almost feel the energy coming, shifting directions after suffering the red card, deflated, and then now it's almost like they've dug their heels in, understanding maybe nobody expects anything at this point, which isn't a bad spot for Cedar Stars. That's where we've seen them at their best.
I was going to say, they must feel confident that they can do this, coming back from 1-0 down a man in the semifinal.
And when you have your striker laying in tackles like that on defensive set pieces, that will also send a message throughout the group to say, hey, look, we're still in this.
What a talent Amadou Hahn is. Playing up 2 levels and dominating here at MLS Next Cup. They'll take this free kick from just inside the Galaxy half. Nascimento to deliver it in. Launches it. There's a header away. Pratt had it lined up. It'll fall here for Ajibang, and he can't hold on to it. Now the Galaxy with a chance to counter. Broken up on the backside. Lovely stuff there from Tanjagora. And we talked a lot about Ajibang, but Bakari Tanjagora has played very well here next to him at this MLS Next Cup.
Yeah, and he's had to come and play a few different spots. We've seen him out on the left flank in isolated one-on-one, showing his ability to stretch. But here, coming back defensively, using that work rate and effort, it's a really important intervention.
And anything remotely halfway and in, even a couple of inches behind halfway here, is going to be a set piece for Cedar Stars. Now Cemento to the back of the area. Pratt this time has it bumped out of his hands. That's a foul and a free kick for LA. What do the Galaxy need to do to turn this possession into real chances here, Kalen?
You know, it's a difficult balance because you have to be patient. You don't want to rush things, but you have to up the tempo at times as well to really move this compact team from side to side, changing the point of attack. And it's really just that final action. We saw them get in behind for that cutback from Preston, but that final quality at times for the Galaxy throughout this tournament. We saw it against LAFC, but it hasn't quite been as consistent. So I'm sure Sean Chakiris, the manager, would have liked. But hey, they're in a good point as far as this match. They just have to see if they can find that breakthrough.
I'd certainly rather be them, all things considered. Up a man here for the rest of this final. Jose Magana plays one through the lines, looking for Vanny. Rosario gets there for Cedar Stars. Gianni Rosario poking that one away. He'll be at NC State in the fall. Most of these guys, basically all the seniors, are committed to power conference or high-level NCAA programs. Mason Vanny to toss it in. Comes back to him. Chakiris. Vanny's cross is blocked. It'll be a corner.
At this point, if you're Cedar Stars, you just start thinking about getting to halftime. If you can get to halftime level, 0-0, not conceding, allow your goalkeeper to have a few moments, the staff, the team to set up. But I think it's actually simplified the approach for them. It hasn't really changed much. They've always going to sit in defensively, be compact, and when they can, look for their moment.
Hartley, the left footer, over the ball. It's a short one. It's behind Arnold. Those short corners, they look great on paper. But it takes a lot to go right.
I think the Galaxy don't feel that they can challenge this team in the air. See the size of Cedar Stars. The athletic profile of this team is different than the Galaxy.
Sagely nearly. Good defending there by Wandling. This one falls back to Goose Gonzalez. Good pressure from Chakiris. Magana staying forward. Sagely knocks it down. Mateo Chakiris sends it to Preston. The cutback. This will come outside. The shot blocked. Preston. And there's Provost, tested for the first time. Makes the save. Correas' shot blocked. Preston's rebound to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity, though, and it comes from Chakiris. Mateo cuts it to one side to allow the defense to shift and come across. That releases Preston. The cutback is on, and it's just these final little moments here, that bit of quality to find that opening to strike on net. Correas just looking for that window. Ultimately didn't find it.
After the goal kick, a foul on LA, trying to deal with Hahn and Abejan on a long ball, and we'll have a free kick for Cedar Stars Academy.
And how big would this be? Being down a man for what they've been through in this tournament. Just before halftime, these few minutes, if they can take this opportunity, we saw them crash in on Owen Pratt, goalkeeper for the Galaxy. Those are ones I don't mind, actually. Even if it comes in and you get a foul, you throw them off a little bit, make them feel your presence, ask some questions of maybe the next time if he feels confident coming off that line. That's the kind of state of the game that it is for Cedar Stars if they want to find an opening.
And like you said, they have an advantage in the air. There doesn't appear to be a player that can really match up with Amadou Hahn if he can get one lined up for him. We saw his ability with a headed goal in the semi. Everybody's shouting 99, 99. He's the one to look out for.
Yeah, there's no secret in this one.
Nascimento on the free kick here for Cedar Stars. And he gets way too much on it. It's out over everything. Now here's what Cedar Stars has dealt with. The red card to their best player, Junior Juf, after going 1-0 down in the semi against Orlando. They come back and win, and then here's the one today. Just so unfortunate for Bazama.
Yes, it's unfortunate. It's the right word there, just slipping, the ball coming underneath.
Preston now for the Galaxy from Dylan Vanny. This has been their biggest threat. Preston across, headed on and in! Correas at the back post, and the Galaxy have the lead!
And that's a Galaxy goal, number 11, Christian Correas.
Christian Correas from Preston. Perfect ball, perfect header, and the Galaxy cash in just before halftime.
The Galaxy have done a good job of finding this space on the left-hand side throughout this first half, and it comes from Dylan Vanny, who releases Preston. He doesn't have to beat his man. He understands, just serve it in. The first man draws the attention. Carson Sagely bringing eyes towards him, and the Galaxy have desperately needed that second runner to come crashing in, and Christian Correas comes in at the right moment. It's a cushioned header, doesn't have to put much power on it, allows it just to come right back where it came from to that near post, and the Galaxy have that much-deserved lead just before halftime here.
Galen, you asked for it. Somebody go help out Carson Sagely in the penalty area. Christian Correas answers the call. A huge goal for the Galaxy just before the half. Now looking for a second, and they've got Sagely for a foul on Eager. Correas, dual national with El Salvador and the United States, has been a part of the Galaxy Academy coming up on 4 years. Yellow card to Eric Preston after that last sequence. First booking of the game for the Galaxy.
Now this sets up great for the Galaxy because they can just keep possession, see if they can use this heat to their advantage, make the ball do the work, make Cedar Stars chase down a man. Think of the amount of duration that they have left in this game, and so just feeling deflated after conceding in this position.
Shakiris again looking for Preston. It's over Wandling. Preston taking on Wandling, cuts it across, popped into the air. Vanny tried to get the play to continue, but it falls away. Now Abidjan from Hahn. Xavier Abidjan looking down the middle. Route one for Hahn, who's offside. Put it in the back of the net too with a nice finish, but the flag up on Amadou Hahn. That's gonna have to be how the goal comes for Cedar Stars, though, you would think. That or a set play.
Yeah, just looking to stretch in behind there, and you can see the quality on the finish. Outside of the left foot, a bit casual, but the technique was perfect.
Just 2 minutes added on here at the end of the first half. Goose Gonzalez. Just stand over the ball here for the Galaxy. That is just fine with them. They smell blood, though. Here's Dylan Vanny. Carving it inside. Ajabang breaks it up. Terrific stuff there from the Clemson commit. Here goes Ajabang streaking forward. To the middle. Wiped out by Shakiris. Terrific tackle. Ajabang stays with the play and wins it back. All tears to Tanjagora. He's charging through the middle. Bakari Tanjagora tripped up, free kick. Galaxy fans incensed in front of us here in the stands, but a chance here for Cedar Stars right before halftime.
Yeah, it's a really good battle from both sides going end-to-end. Nashabang keeping possession, and then on the other side of it, Shakir is coming in with a good tackle. Good run forward there. The other side from Tanjagora. Down a goal, down a man in this position. You have to be clever about, hey, look, I'm in this position. If I feel that contact, I'm gonna make the most of it. Now, a dangerous set-piece opportunity. I haven't really been able to test too much. It'll be interesting to see who gets a look at this.
Yeah, Han was standing over it, but now he'll go into the scrum.
I've had Nascimento take a number of these, but hasn't had the best service as of yet. I'd be curious to see. It looks like maybe Ajabang is going to take this one himself.
Notably, this would almost certainly be Junior Juve were he available, but suspended for the red card in the semifinal. Kwaku Ajabang looking to tie the game. Sends it straight into the wall. Nascimento couldn't line up the rebound. Bounced up on him. And a foul against Cedar Stars. It should wind out the rest of this first half. And a yellow card to Nascimento right before halftime.
Yellow card issued to number 14, Brian Wascamento.
Gabby, if he goes, you're free. Gabby, low.
Referee gonna add a little bit of time here after the free kick. Here's Vanny. Preston again out wide. Preston against Wandling, cuts it inside. Lays it off Jakiris, broken up by Tanjagora. Out to Magana. Jakiris. Correas curls it in, looking for Sagely, eager there with the header away. This ball will pop out for the Galaxy. Referee glancing at his watch. And that's the halftime whistle. The red card for Cedar Stars. They suffered well for a while, but Christian Correas with the breakthrough for the Galaxy.
Yeah, and the Galaxy did such a good job understanding where the space is. Up a man, they add that number down the left side with Vanny, then it comes out wide. How about this as a header? Preston serves in a wonderful ball. They've needed that second run in behind the striker Sagely, and Christian Correa steps in at the perfect time and puts it in.
Galaxy 1, Cedar Stars 0 here in the U19 final at MLS Next Cup. We'll be back at the Richard Siegel Soccer Complex in Murfreesboro with the second half in just a bit.
You ready? MLS is game on. Dolce? On. Stars on.
Kevin Sullivan, the history maker.
30,000 friends? On. Rivalries on.
Versus New York City.
MLS, this is our soccer. Game on.
Well, Philadelphia have had no shortage of talent come from their academy in recent years. It looks like that theme will simply continue on. They're youth champions of the U15s after a dominating 3-0 win against Atlanta United. AJ Ricketts, Kalen Carr, Philly, impressive from the opening moments here, getting on the scoreboard.
Yeah, lovely start here from Gallego, and then it bounces around the box, but it's clever footwork from the number 9 position. Gabala Jobi stays compact, puts it towards that near post. It's a fantastic finish and puts Philadelphia Union up, and from there, the pressure there, it's a giveaway in the midfield, and well won there from Sam Gallego. He ends up getting this back and senses where the space is, cutting in, shifts it from left to right, and how about that? The off foot going towards that far post there to give Philadelphia Union the 2-0 advantage.
Scored in the semis, scores in the final. Gallego having himself a tournament, but Gavalajobi wasn't done. The U.S. Youth International, his team already up 2-0 in the dying moments, decided, I'll put one more on the scoreboard.
Yeah, he's just alert. He understands where the space is. He's opportunistic, and when he gets his chance to add the cherry on top, he does. 3-0 for the Union.
What a final this was. Real Salt Lake, the first ever team to double up the GA Cup and MLS Next Cup in the same season. It wasn't easy for them.
No, it wasn't easy at all. But, you know, when you can pull tricks out of your hat just like this, surveying the field, Hashimoto does a very good job. That bump back to the goal scorer is excellent stuff here. But you have to understand how poised you have to be. Oftentimes your eyes get bigger than two trucks coming down the highway when the ball rolls back to you like that. That's excellent finishing at the back post.
Atlanta, though, would not go down. Christian Williams came right into the game. His first touch is the equalizer.
Yeah, Williams just lurking on the back post, capitalizes on a mistake, and makes this game level. And Atlanta had all the wind in their sails after this equalizer here. Excellent stuff, and you can see the support from the younger age group.
Atlanta nearly had themselves a winner late on here through Alvarez.
Yeah, this is good stuff here. Alvarez just unable to swing his hips around it. He goes low and hard near post. You're gonna have more joy there. But look at how much yellow converges around the potential goal-scoring opportunity.
And then Royce Mihov from Rylan Hashimoto to win it for RSL in the 89th minute.
Yeah, the service there comes right on the 6-yard box where it's difficult to be first to it. Mihov says, it's gonna be me, and we're the champions for a reason.
This summer, the center of the soccer world is right here. The world's best, the world's game, all in your backyard. 4 major moments. One summer like no other. Learn more at MLSsoccer.com/summer.
Yeah, I know I'm fully attracted. I'm hanging on like a fridge to a magnet. The jigsaw with all the right pieces. You and me, we go good together. You and I go good together. You and I, we go good together. We go good together.
MLS debutant Kevin Sullivan.
Luna.
Yes! It's a banger! Absolute scorcher! Spectacular save from Dane St. Clair.
Start of the second half in our MLS Next Cup U19 final from the Richard Siegel Soccer Complex in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Evan Weston, Kalen Carr with you. Plenty of incident in this first half. The big moment, just shy of 20 minutes, a red card for a handball outside the box to Cedar Stars goalkeeper Nicholas Bazama.
Yeah, and it's unlucky for Bazama. He's come off his line there, and just have to wonder if switching from turf to grass threw him off as far as reading that one, and then surely as he's trying to adjust, slips, reaches his hand out instinctively. You can see his disappointment at that point, but that started to open the game up for the Galaxy, who really kind of struggled to find clear-cut opportunities, really hadn't tested much, but how about this ball in? Fantastic cross from Preston. Finally get that second man coming in behind of Sagely, and Correas comes crashing in with an important header to give them the distance heading into halftime here.
Winger to winger for the goal for the Galaxy, and now they've got the lead. They're up a man. Though this was the exact same spot Cedar Stars found themselves in the semifinal, all the way into stoppage time, and they end up going on to win. So certainly not over yet for Cedar Stars, but the Galaxy in an enviable position as we begin the second half. Henry Rosenfeld on it right back for Baden Wandling for Cedar Stars as we start the second half. Galaxy controlled the possession even before the red card. They were well on top in terms of time on the ball, sort of the way that Cedar Stars had set up anyway, but now forced into this more difficult posture.
And I thought the Cedar Stars did a decent job after going down a man. It didn't really change their game plan. If we saw the Galaxy, for example, go down a man, they might have to adjust more drastically, whereas Cedar Stars were always going to be compact defensively, look for their moment in transition, playing a bit more direct, and they stuck to that and had a few good moments, but Galaxy ultimately find that breakthrough. Good ability to find space in the wide areas over here, and we see Vanny starting to shade that direction. His partnership on that left-hand side with Preston has been really good in that first half.
Long ball in, knotted away from Correas by Nascimento. Falls for Preston. Correas flicking for Sagely, broken up by Rosario. Eager clears. And staying on his feet, Conjagora does well, and then it's Gus Gonzalez gets booked, taking down Amadou Han, who is still a handful and still Cedar Stars' best chance to grab themselves a goal.
Yeah, and I highlighted this in the first half when Amadou Han is looking to get in behind. It was a clever one from Gonzalez in the first half where he just bumps him off the ball to it, throw off his run, throw off that timing, but this time far more than a bump, takes him down. Right decision from the referee to give the yellow card.
It was Nascimento on set pieces for Cedar Stars in the first half. It'll be Abidjan here. There's a little tweak too where Abidjan and William Altiers had switched spots. Abidjan curler towards Han, flicked away and out for a corner.
The Galaxy have to be careful, not just with the run in behind, but as far as conceding any type of foul in and around midfield is going to turn into a chance to go long. Now you end up with another corner kick, and it's important here for Cedar Stars. Nascimento has to get this service right. There are too many of these that haven't given his players a chance, just want to put it in the mix, ask some questions, and especially when you have the ability of Amadou Han coming off that goalkeeper, he's going to just try to shade, take a few steps off there and see if he can redirect it in.
Nascimento playing a year up. Left-footed defender on for the corner kick.
Watch the fouls, ref.
Curls it in, Han attacking, couldn't get a clean look. We'll get another corner.
That's much better though. Really good looking ball from Nascimento. Coming across, there's good movement in and around it. Stacking numbers, and this is going to be an important chance to make the most of it in a final. Don't have much through the run of play. You have to make the most of these opportunities.
Nascimento, once more. Flicked on, just wide. Cedar Stars claiming that went off the head of a Galaxy defender, but it will be a goal kick.
Yeah, it's a great look in, and did look like it took a slight touch there Yes, it did. Right there on that near post. It's an important little flick on header off the Galaxy, and that one should have gone out for a corner.
LA in possession. Cedar Stars going to stay dangerous. Feels like the Galaxy really need that second goal to be comfortable here. Correas. Now the back line, Hartley. He'll take a couple of strides forward as Cedar Stars backs off. Gabriel Arnold underneath. Mason Vanni. Correas. Away by Rosario. Nascimento clears. Looking for Carson Sagely, the center forward in the box. Arnold. Slipped there by Vanni, but or Correas rather, stays on his feet. 50th minute, Galaxy in control. Here's Hartley, driving forward, lays it off. Arnold. Mason Vanni, one touch. Correas! Provost gets there, not only to save the shot, but to prevent that one from trickling through. Galaxy had two runners at the back post. Provost slides down as he launches it towards Hahn. Work to do for Magana, and well done to head it right back to Pratt with Hahn crashing in.
Yeah, it was a risky one, though, to let that one bounce. Not quite sure where the attacker is on that blind spot, if he's going to jump in between.
This one a good slip ball towards Correas. Provost out of his area. It comes back in. Correas, and Vanni misses the target on an open goal. Mason Vanni, a clear-cut opportunity to make it 2-0 as Provost was retreating back, and he just puts it over the bar.
Yeah, the Galaxy get down this right-hand side, and you can see the keeper coming out, colliding into his own man, and the cutback is right there for Mason Vanni, and he just gets underneath it, trying to pick out that back post. A big opportunity to get the second.
Long ball goes right back to LA. This will be the dynamic. Cedar Stars looking for that chance on the counter or a set piece. Galaxy kind of probe and move around and create that second goal. It could really make this one tough for Cedar Stars. Jose Magana, future first-teamer, locked into a homegrown deal in 2027. Arnold. Vanni towards his brother Mason. The cutback is away from Sagely. Altier's trying to draw a foul. Referee doesn't give it to him. Correas, Vanni underneath. There's Ajibang. Calmly deposits it for Rosenfeld. The halftime sub, Rosenfeld going long for Hahn. Chests it down. Abejan overran it a little bit. Altier's trying to pick up the loose ball, but it's won by Hartley. Galaxy can go. Here's Dylan Vanni charging in. Dylan Vanni, shot blocked by his own man and out for a goal kick.
It's been a really bright start to the second half, and a slight shift from Sean Chakiris at halftime. He's got his outside backs pushed way high in the attack. You can see the run even coming forward there from Hartley, adding an extra number, and on the other side, seen a lot of Mason Vanni. Big opportunity, and so far Cedar Stars have not been able to adjust as of yet with these added pieces in the middle.
Nascimento now pressed by Correas, the goal scorer. Nascimento goes long, but Tanjigora won't be able to get there. Nicely done there by Rosenfeld, but he can't get forward. Does come away with the ball, but trying to clip it up the line. Whistle blows. See if Cedar Stars wants to get ambitious with this one. No, they will take it short from just behind halfway. Provost. Spiraling forward. Magana heads down to Arnold. Dylan Vanni. Preston. Charging in through the 6, past everybody. Goal kick, just about, right up against the corner flag.
Those wide overloads have continued to cause problems. You see the 2v1 coming down the right-hand side or left-hand side, and just that square ball across, he's searching for his 9. Maybe the cutback was the better option in that time, but Preston's been able to get into that spot a number of times so far. Just needs that final ball. We saw him serve a good one in for the assist, but that last little action has been the next step.
Preston, right back to it for the Galaxy. Eric Preston, broken up by Rosenfeld. Good sliding challenge there from Shakiris to win it back for the Galaxy. Preston again, he's been so dangerous on this left side, working against Rosenfeld. Shakiris, Mason Vanni, Correas. Cedar Stars defending in Provost's lap here. Hartley. Shakiris, head up. Correas wide to the right. Whips in across, back post! What a save by Provost on Sagely! Ball bouncing around, shot from Vanni blocked. Preston now broken up by Abidjan. Alex Provost with one of the best saves of the week from point-blank range on Carson Sagely.
Yeah, the Galaxy have to find the wide areas, and it's an early ball in, and completely naked on the back post is Sagely, but how about that save from Provost?
Shot from distance over the bar by Magana, goal kick.
Does the right thing, heading it down, and right on the doorstep, the reaction save, and then to get up, throw your body out. A few more of those opportunities. Desperate defending, but what a save there from Provost. This is the next opportunity. A shot from distance from Magana, trying to test, but Cedar Stars have been under pressure in this second half. Big time play from their goalkeeper.
Alex Provost coming on after Bazama was sent off. He's set to play at D3 Denison University in Ohio this fall. Probably didn't expect to see the field this week. Called into action in the final. Certainly nothing he could have done about the Galaxy goal either. He's been terrific. Tanjagora turns it over. Here's Vanni with a nutmeg, and it falls. Preston, another big save by Provost. Vanni trying to slide it along. It's cleared away. Cedar Stars hanging in there by the skin of their teeth. Hartley turns it away from Hahn. Can the Galaxy take advantage of all of this pressure? Can they break through? Preston into the area, over Sagely, and now Cemento walks it out for a goal kick.
The Galaxy have had their chances. Lovely little nutmeg here. Patience to cut across, and it drops right there. Preston searching for that back post, maybe closing the hip, showing some deception, but I have to think it's just a matter of time before that breaks, but they've left Cedar Stars still with the path in this match.
For the Galaxy, number 28, Johnny Gonzalez.
Eric Preston off for Johnny Gonzalez for the Galaxy. Cedar Stars takes off Abidjan and puts on their super sub, Elvis Apia, who was so crucial in that comeback against Orlando on Friday. He'll shadow Hahn off to the left here. You were very impressed by his impact on that game.
Yeah, it brought some good energy, one-on-one ability, some life in that match, and really helped turn the tide in their favor. This will see a slight shift as well with Tanjagora dropping more into that 6th position. We saw him more playing on the flank, so I think those two will interchange with Abidjan coming out of this match.
Mason Vanni now for the Galaxy. Gonzalez, his first bite at the apple. He'll come inside a little bit more than Preston on that left wing. Here's Dylan Vanni. Vanni has a go right to Provost. Galaxy, this team, most of the core of this group won the U17 title at MLS Next Cup last year. They're back-to-back champions in that division. Not this year. The final in that one, 12:30 Eastern time, or 12 Eastern time, pardon, noon start on the East Coast, will be a South Florida derby between Inter Miami and Weston FC. Oh, this one slips through. Dylan Vanny with a shot, 2-0. The Galaxy pay it off. Dylan Vanny, the man in the middle of all the action for the Galaxy, has them on the precipice of another trophy.
And the Galaxy have done a good job of finding solutions in the wide areas, and Vanny's starting position has sometimes been out wide. This time he's in the pocket, but it's a clever run in behind, and then they've needed this extra bit of calmness, that patience, just to cut across, having the presence of mind to feel where the space is without the ball, opens the hips, and just gives himself that angle. It's a cool finish to the far post, and the Galaxy now in the driver's seat, comfortably 2-0 up, and up a man.
Dylan Vanny, a regular starter for MLS Next Pro side, Ventura County. His father, Greg, the Galaxy first team head coach, has got to be beaming as he sees his son perhaps add to the trophy case for the LA Galaxy Academy here at MLS Next Cup. Cedar Stars now truly up against it. Ball launched down the field by Nascimento. This will fall for Apia. Cedar Stars looking to get it right back. Apia to the byline. Apia into the area, wanting it for Hahn. And it's a corner. There's the danger that we were talking about with Apia.
Yeah, just brings something a little different, that one-on-one ability, and really just that desire to go at guys. Sometimes you see players come into a match, especially coming off the bench and feeling their way into it, and Apia, no hesitation to go at it.
Nascimento will take the corner. Cedar Stars desperate for a quick one here as we cross the hour mark. Galaxy up a man with a 2-0 lead. High arcing ball, back post for Rosario, head central and cleared away by Johnny Gonzalez.
Yeah, but it did feel that that second was just a matter of time. It's been building, just needed that extra little bit of quality, that patience. It seemed at certain moments it was just a little bit either too casual or not having the clarity of picking out the right moment to pick your spot. And this team is really set up in a way where I do think the system is really the strongest piece of this Galaxy, but I will say Dylan Vanny does stand out as a player. Really interesting athletic profile. He's got the size, but the intelligence for me to recognize where the space is, and then the calmness, personality to put that one away.
He's got 3 goals this year in MLS Next Pro. One to keep an eye on for Galaxy fans, absolutely. Here's Hahn, couldn't get free in the box. Rosenfeld trying to win this back for Cedar Stars, and he grabs a free kick and a yellow card. Issue to Gabriel Arnold. Another set piece opportunity here for Cedar Stars as they try to climb back into this game. Ajibang calling off Nascimento here. Future Clemson Tigers been so impressive in this tournament. Can he create a moment of magic here for Cedar Stars?
Let me speak.
Referee setting the table here as Cedar Stars Academy hope to get back in this. Ajibang floats it up. Headed away by Sagely. Come back to Ajibang under pressure. Does really well to get his hips around it. Here's Apia in space on the left. This is where he likes to be. He'll take it to the byline. Appiah, the cutback straight to Owen Pratt, who snags it in front of Amadou Khan.
Henry, you can't go.
Good ball. Nicely done there by Hartley, the left back coming inside. Now Correas. He sends in an early cross all the way through towards Gonzalez, but Rosenfeld deals with it. Haven't seen the Galaxy much in transition, but certainly looks like a club they've got in their bag.
Yeah, Cedar Stars are going to have to commit numbers forward to try to find their way back in this one. Even on set-piece opportunities, pushing numbers, they have to find a need having that compact shape that they began this match with. There's no use for that at this point, so it's going to open up some space for the Galaxy, looking in behind if they can go quickly and put this one away.
Here's Hartley. Runs out of room. Eager. Ajibang. Or Tanjagor, rather. Here's Ajibang as he comes across. Ajibang bringing it forward. Slides it wide for Appiah. Appiah into the box against Vanni. Sends it up top. Ajibang, heavy touch. That enables the Galaxy to block the shot out for a corner. Cedar Stars still creating danger. Now another set play.
Yeah, Mateo Chiquera's picking up the yellow for that late tackle. Yep. Pryor has been doing the dirty work in the midfield, and Appiah has come in to ask some questions, looking for that little cut back to Ajibang, but good defensive work rate to come back there from Dylan Vanni.
Corner on the way from Altiers. Shot doesn't quite come off, and all the way out for Nascimento. Galaxy getting a triple change ready with both of their central midfielders on yellow cards. Cedar Stars, meanwhile, starting to put some momentum together as they push for their opening goal. Need a quick one here. Goes into Hahn. Trying to lay it back, and too many white jerseys. Dylan Vanni now. Scored the second for LA. He'll just guide it back to his brother. Galaxy, no need to get fancy here. Could have LA to just calm the game down a little bit here after Cedar Stars had put some sequences together.
Yeah, a big part of playing in a final is understanding the way the game has gone, the game states. They've done a good job of getting the lead. Now no need to really press too much. See a few of the defenders even just stepping on the ball a few times, just inviting slight pressure. These slight movements add up, making Cedar Stars move and adjust, and already down a man. It's just going to be more difficult for them.
Arnold. Could be one of his final actions in this game. Ahead to Mason Vanni. Wide to his brother Dylan. Heavy touch. Appiah, nice turn. Ajibang forced to get forward a little bit here. Working against Magana. Ajibang stays on his feet, and finally the foul called on Jose Magana, and another free kick coming for Los Angeles.
A good battle between these two, and again, you just always want to drag these big center backs into the wide areas and ask some questions to see how they open those hips and turn. And it's good defending initially from Magana, but better from Ajibang. Just wedge his body in between, draw the foul, and now it's been their best opportunities as far as a lifeline in this match, setting up the set piece opportunity. They've had a few dangerous ones. See if they can get one back.
Will Altiers set up over the ball here.
Not right now. Next one. Hey.
Altiers getting the water from a younger Cedar Stars player. before serving in this free kick. Ball to the back of the area. Pratt climbs up for it. Cedar Stars team has shown so much grit here this week. 3 straight 1-goal wins, none wilder than that second half stoppage time comeback against Orlando, down a man in the semifinals. But is this too much of a hill to climb for them?
It's difficult. It's going to be difficult for me to say that based on what I've seen so far in this tournament.
As Correas down the right, Correas in front, knocked back, Provost saves an own goal. What an impressive stop there. Gonzalez now, he sends one across and out of play. Alex Provost keeping Cedar Stars in this final.
Provost had no time to warm up in this match and no time to react to a few of these chances, but each time has gotten down low to it, push it out, save his team from conceding there. But what an absolutely excellent save from him coming into this match. He's had to make a few of them and kept his team in this.
Hydration break here. The LA Galaxy yet to fully put away Cedar Stars, but they're in terrific position, up 2-0 and up a man as we near the end of the MLS Next Cup U19 final. Stay with us.
You ready? MLS is game on. Dolce? On. Stars on.
Kevin Sullivan, the history maker.
30,000 friends? On. Rivalries on.
Versus New York City.
MLS, this is our soccer. Game on.
2-0 LA Galaxy up a man with roughly 20 minutes and added time to go in this final. Changes coming for the LA Galaxy. Brett Phan on for Gabriel Arnold. Kai Aina replaces Carson Sagely up top. And Christian Correas, who scored the first goal, is off for Nathan Nava. Galaxy trying to see this one out. Goals by Correas and Dylan Vanny, and the early red card to the goalkeeper Bizama proving vital.
Yeah, and with the amount of games these teams have played, the Heat gonna have to use the entire roster, and Sean Shakiris does the right thing of bringing in some fresh bodies, especially in those 6 positions. Just really good stuff there from Shakiris and Arnold. Strong tournaments throughout, and now bringing in some fresh bodies to see this one out.
Goal kick here from Owen Pratt.
Did we start this match at 80 degrees temperature?
Yeah, the feels like was already close to 90 at 8:30. It's a good thing there's 2 South Florida teams in the U17 final. That's what I'll say, because at least they'll be used to it.
I was gonna say I played in Houston, but I don't remember.
You don't ever really get used to it, do you?
No, this commentary box is not getting any cooler.
Yeah, we're a little toasty up here. There's a 4th change in that sequence there for the Galaxy. Skylar Kaplan for Mateo Shakiris. So they are with the 11 that they'll have for the rest of the game. Kaplan and Phan, the new double pivot for the Galaxy. Dylan Vanny will go the distance at the 10. Johnny Gonzalez, Aina, and Nava, the front three for Los Angeles.
One more. Good, go ahead. Take care of it if you want. Get out, take care of it.
Was taking care of the ball here, LA, not allowing Cedar Stars to show their danger on the break or on set plays. They've been able to see out any danger that's come their way thus far. Playing up a man since just shy of the 20th minute. Kaplan will dump it off to Ryan Hartley, who assisted Vanny's second goal. Pressure coming, but nicely done by the new sixes to push it back. Magana. Aina, the center forward. Referee will play advantage here as Dylan Vanny goes forward. Vanny lines it up for Gonzalez. Rosenfeld takes him wide. Back to Vanny. Kellen, you said the system is the greatest strength for the Galaxy. As Hartley lost it momentarily, now they get it back. What did you mean by that in terms of just how organized it keeps them with and without the ball?
It really is with the ball that they're at their best. They dominate possession. They set the terms that the games are going to be played on, and they make the other team have to adjust. And it's not really an individual player that you see that jumps off the page and says, okay, well, this guy is special and he's going to put the team on his back. It's really just these simple passes.
Jaleel and I were
touch pass.
Yeah, Jaleel and I were talking about this in the U16 final yesterday, just how impressive the tactical knowledge of these young players coming out of these academies is now compared to even 5 years ago, much less 10, 20.
Yeah, well, this game has been a tactical match because, frankly, even from what I've seen of the Galaxy, this hasn't been their best performance. It hasn't been the cleanest in possession. It hasn't really been the quickest. But a final is never really like that. Yeah. I've been in a number of finals against the Galaxy. Look, they got the better of me in those matches, but I wouldn't even say those were their prettiest matches. That's not really how it's remembered often. It's with hardware, and that's what has become synonymous with the Galaxy. But sometimes having to navigate even an ugly match, not your best, and find solutions, they've been able to get that done so far.
This was pretty, all the way into Gonzalez, and a good job by Rosenfeld. That was one more pass away from Vanny being clean in. Now ahead to Hahn, and it's just over his head. Goose Gonzalez walks it back to Pratt.
But I've gotten to spend some time with the Galaxy staff and Sean Securis around the hotel. Mujica, Michael Munoz, their director of methodology, Tyson Wall, their academy director, and Greg Vanny. I saw him here through the early stages of this tournament, watching this team perform, and there's just that connection, that continuity. We've seen it. I saw it yesterday with Philadelphia Union. Same thing. The tactical profile, the game model that you see. I personally love seeing that go all the way from first team matches I call all the way down to the academy, because that's how you prepare players to step into your first team eventually. And you can even watch on the weekend and say, okay, I can see this is how Ricky Puig plays. This is where Gabriel Peck fits in. This is how, these different pieces that I want to step in one day and take that opportunity.
Skylar Kaplan here, sliding it across to Nava. Back through midfield, and nearly a spectacular second for Vanny. Just missed the target from outside the box.
This comes after a long spell of possession and good play to step up into the midfield, and a little cutback has been on, and the first time I've seen Vanny strike the inside of his foot there a few times. He gets the power, the exact placement, just a little bit off in the end, but see the idea.
Long ball forward here from Cedar Stars. They made a couple of changes during that replay. Henry Rosenfeld, who subbed on at halftime, has been taken off here. Brian Nowak is on, and Esteban Tabarez replacing Altiers. Cedar Stars, they left it into second half stoppage time in the semis. Do they have some magic left in them? Galaxy, since the hydration break, have been in total command. Goose Gonzalez bringing it forward. U17 final coming up at noon. South Florida derby, Weston FC against Inter Miami. To wrap things up here at MLS Next Cup. Philadelphia Union, the U15s, RSL, the U16s claiming trophies yesterday. The LA Galaxy well on their way here in the U19s. Gonzalez slips in Nava, looking for the game killer here. Behind Aina and cleared away. Will be a corner for Los Angeles.
It feels like the third is just sitting there for the Galaxy if they can make the most of these moments in transition. Don't want to leave Cedar Stars with any sort of lifeline because a set piece opportunity, anything can now bring them right back in this, and not let your foot off the gas pedal if you're the Galaxy and get too comfortable with 10 minutes left.
Nava and Hartley in the corner here for LA, and no intention to give Cedar Stars any chance to counter. They'll take it out. Kaplan taken down, nothing in it. Now Cemento trying to get free, loses the ball. Kaplan goes down, again no whistle, and it's a corner. Kaplan takes a tumble twice inside the penalty area. Corner kick, LA Galaxy.
There you can see the Galaxy are set up with just one right on top of the goalkeeper and just looking to keep possession. Haven't seen them really go direct even when the match was level, so expect them to try to use the ball. And ooh, good turn there.
Fan, substitute, gets inside the box, slips it across. Provost stops it cold in front of Aina. Well, it may not happen today for Cedar Stars, but Alex Provost has proved a point here coming on off the bench. Just a fantastic performance, subbing in for the red-carded Bazama. Meanwhile, we got a player down in the box for Cedar Stars, get checked on.
Yeah, great positioning there from Provost to stay at that near post, and then it's really that after that first save, he's been really alert to get on top of that. But you mentioned it, not expecting to come into the match, not easy to step into a final. You can't blame him at all. In fact, he's kept Cedar Stars alive through most of this match.
Catch the future stars of Major League Soccer in action at the 2025 MLS Next All-Star Game presented by Allstate as 44 of the best young talents from across North America face off in an East versus West showdown streaming Monday, July 21st, 7:30 p.m. Central from Palmer Field, the home of Austin FC2, right here on the MLS YouTube channel. If you're going to be in Austin, join us. Watch the game live. Admission is free and open to the public. Don't miss your chance to see the next generation of stars take center stage.
Might see a few from this game.
I would think so.
All-Star game, I would expect that. You win the title. I always believe even the MLS first teams got a reward based off performance of the team. I know it's an individual award, but you know, I've always felt that that has to be connected, even for MVP. A lot of individual awards, it's difficult sometimes when I know you don't have to take it too seriously with the All-Star game stuff. It's supposed to be fun, a celebration, but I always like to see the teams that are finding success, their players being rewarded individually.
It does tend to shake out that way more often than not. You're absolutely right. Nascimento was the player down for Cedar Stars. He is being walked over on the sideline. He's walking under his own power. Cedar Stars with just 9 players at the moment. Provost looking for Hahn. This will come down to Mason Vanny. Forward to Nava, good control. Nava pressed from behind by Tabares, draws a foul. Seems like that quadruple change Sean Shakira's made after the hydration break. These new players have come in and really settled the game down for the Galaxy.
Yeah, I just had to switch it up a little bit. I think, you know, based on the workload and just the shift that starting 11 had put in, the Galaxy have the depth within this player pool, Los Angeles, to pick players not in the 11 to begin with. lot of talent there.
Now Cemento back on for Cedar Stars. Kaplan a good turn out to Nava. Kaplan and Fan in the double pivot have been great since coming on.
But similar profiles too. It's just, I don't always have the biggest players, but really technical, tight spaces, clean on the ball.
Aina stood up by Rosario. 6 minutes to 90. The Galaxy starting to feel it. Can Cedar Stars find a lifeline? Tabara is unable to control that loose ball. It's right back to the Galaxy. LA looking to come home with a trophy from MLS Next Cup for the 3rd straight year. Their U17s are back-to-back champs. Now this same group, a lot of these guys were on that team last year that took home the trophy, trying to move up a level and bring the U19 silverware back home to Carson. They are moments away from achieving that goal. Hartley. Johnny Gonzalez. Back to Goose Gonzalez. He's in trouble. Loses out to Amadou Hahn. Here's the chance. Hahn! Cedar Stars have their lifeline. Guess who? Amadou Hahn, their star striker.
That's exactly what we talked about. Galaxy playing backwards. That's a one-man press right there. And Amadou Hahn, see the clever little roll, and then from there, the composure to pick out that near post, but the back pressure there from Hahn to see that moment to pick it off Gonzalez, and then the ability to see that near post to pick it out, and looked like this game was done and dusted. The Galaxy left the door open, and Amadou Hahn steps up and brings them right back in this.
And Cedar Stars have had magical moment after magical moment here this week. Do they have one more in them? Handball on Fan. And now you can see, I mean, you can see the confidence. They look deflated from the hydration break on, but it just took that one moment. Now Nascimento will send everybody forward here. Nascimento ready to launch it in. Pratt makes the read, and he's fouled. Hahn put it in the back of the net, but there was a foul on Hahn, crashing into Pratt. Free kick, Galaxy.
Amadou Hahn has been everywhere. We saw this throughout this tournament. Oof, I don't know about that one.
Not a lot in that, is there?
See, maybe the goalkeeper is adjudged to have possession. Ball comes out there.
I don't know that he ever really hauled it in.
But they are pushing now. Cedar Stars, they did this last match to get to this point. Just running it back, playing direct through Hahn, and as long as he's out there, you've got a chance.
Eager wins the ball cleanly from Dylan Vanny. Tanjagora. Appia out wide. Appia looking to turn. Gets it away. Tanjagora to the middle, knocked away by Mason Vanny.
Yeah, but this is where we've seen Orlando City not manage the game well, and leave Cedar Stars in this. And once again, the Galaxy were not able to kill this match when they had the opportunity for the third.
Yeah, how many chances did Orlando have to put that one away on Friday? Couldn't get the ball to fall. Even in stoppage time, after Cedar Stars equalized, they had a couple of good chances to win it.
There's a few ways to kill a game. One is with the ball. Galaxy have tried to do that. For me personally, if it's open, get that third. Put this game to bed. And they had a few good opportunities. You have to give credit to the goalkeeper. Provost has made a few saves, but here it is.
Oh, Tanjagora with a slip. Aina is past Provost. Kai Aina sticks in the third for the Galaxy. And that could be the final blow. Kai Aina off the bench. Picks the pocket of Tanjagora, rounds Provost, and stabs it in. It's 3-1.
And this is just an unfortunate pass here. Slips on the turf. How costly has that been? We've seen that twice now for Cedar Stars. The first in the first half with the goalkeeper, Bazama, going out. The red card this time slips the defender, and Kai Aina is alert, stays calm, around the goalkeeper, and gives the Galaxy that 2-goal lead back. Just a few minutes left.
Galaxy fans making the long trip from Carson, California to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and they love to see it. A scare from Amadou Han and Cedar Stars. But that grass has, as you mentioned, been very costly for the New Jersey side.
There's a big divot where you can see try to play that ball back, and those are often sometimes how tight the margins are in a final. A slip here, a mistake there, the heat, mental fatigue, technique goes, feet slip out from underneath you, and credit to the Galaxy for taking advantage.
And ultimately, both teams have to play on the same field. The Galaxy have been able to mostly remain upright. Kaplan looking for Aina in behind. Turned away by Rosario. See how much time the referee adds on here. Vanny now, a chance to add a fourth perhaps for LA, really punctuate this trophy. Eager gets it away from him. Rosario down the field. Apia trying to find a teammate. Ajabang is taken down. Free kick, Cedar Stars. Hartley commits the foul.
Hey, 6, huh? 6? Yes.
Now starting off for the Galaxy, number 20, Ricky Moreno. And number 22,
Two more changes for LA. Ricky Moreno, Alexander Cruz.
6 minutes of added time here for Cedar Stars to see if they can pull off some magic.
Mason Vanny, one of the players subbed off there for the Galaxy. Here it comes. Straight to Pratt from Nascimento. It was both Vanny brothers who were subbed off. Cruz in it right back. Moreno in as the 10 as the Galaxy try to see out these final 5 minutes or so. Nascimento trying to win it. It falls for Fan. Galaxy in transition. Fan now will take it a little bit wide. Nava. Combining with Fan, he goes to the corner. Nava smartly shielding the ball here. It is stopped cold right up against the corner flag. Finally, Nascimento comes away with it. Tanjagora sends it straight to Kaplan. Skylar Kaplan! Oh, this close to the cherry on top.
The Galaxy now doing the right thing as far as going to the corner, keeping possession, and then when the opportunity comes, having a go of it, managing out these past few minutes. Maybe learn their lesson from maybe not taking their opportunity before. They're going to try to see out 3 minutes, maybe 4, irresponsible.
Tanjagora here for Cedar Stars. What an effort. Down to 10 men for most of this game. The goal from Han to give them life. But a costly giveaway. Kai Aina pounces and scores to get the Galaxy that 2-goal lead back. Final few minutes here in second half stoppage time. A little slip there from Moreno just into the game, but he's back up.
You know, the best compliment you could give Cedar Stars is they're never out of it. Every time you think, okay, well, yeah, this one is over, it's been anything but. So even these 3 minutes remaining, just never know. And I think that's a testament to the quality on the side, the way they're set up tactically. After suffering for so much of this match in these conditions, down a man, it's been impressive.
Han looking to get off the shoulder. Here he comes. Amadou Han still fighting. Free kick just outside the box. And a yellow card to Magana.
Yeah, Han does so well just to let that ball bounce and turn to post up, but then he just spins in around of Magana and then gets on the other side of him. It's been really good.
A little over 2 minutes to go. Cedar Stars get one on this play. You never know. Saw them score 2 in stoppage time on Friday. Apia standing over it. 4-man wall for the Galaxy. Apia curls it off the top of the wall and over the bar for a corner. Hartley on the backside getting in the way. We'll see if everybody goes up here for Cedar Stars. Provost walking into the picture here. Nascimento from the corner. Provost is going to stay back. Everybody else gets up. Nascimento. High arcing ball. Rosario heads across but not down. And that may be the last flicker from Cedar Stars here deep in stoppage time. Owen Pratt will take his time as the LA Galaxy moments away from claiming a trophy here at MLS Next Cup for the 3rd year in a row. Tanjagora heading to Apia. Dragged down from behind, free kick. Cedar Stars know they have urgency. The clock very much against them. Quick shot here, but Pratt was ready. Nascimento put it on target. And that'll do it. The Los Angeles Galaxy, U19 MLS Next Cup champions. A valiant effort from a shorthanded Cedar Stars Academy Bergen side, but it's the LA Galaxy claiming another trophy at the marquee youth tournament in North America. The Galaxy are champions. It was their number 10, Kalen Dylan Vanny, that scored what would be the game-winning goal.
Yeah, and the Galaxy had to stay patient and find solutions, and it ultimately comes through this little cutback, that extra bit of calmness to create that space in the box, to recognize where it is, to open the hips, pick out that back post coolly, makes it look easy, a composed finish, a deserved man of the match performance. Dylan Vanny, why not style on him with the sunglasses? Galaxy, well-deserved champions.
Under the bright, hot Tennessee sun, it's the Galaxy who lift another trophy here at MLS Next Cup. This year, they are U19 champs. Correas, Dylan Vanny, and then Kai Aina, the exclamation point after Han had brought Cedar Stars back. A quick word, Kalen, for this Cedar Stars team. What a run this week. That miracle comeback against the favorites Orlando City on Friday. Just a costly slip that ultimately doomed them in this one.
Yeah, and you know, they almost did it again. The great escape and tested their luck all the way down to the wire in the final. Never gave up, and Amadou Han, for me, one of the players of the tournament. There's not many players that are playing up like that. He's 2 years younger than U19 and just a sophomore. One of the more talented young players as a prospect goes. But credit to Cedar Stars Academy, I think throughout the tournament, really well coached. The system, this is their 2nd time in a year in this final, so that speaks to the quality, the consistency they've built from that program.
And it's the LA Galaxy. This group, champions last year as U17s, they run it back and take home the U19 title. And it all started with that early red card to Nicholas Pizama, an unfortunate slip, an instinctive grab, and that handball sent Cedar Stars down to 10 men and ultimately wrote the script. What a final it was. The U19s, the LA Galaxy lift another trophy. This U17 group last year that won it all come right back in the U19s to take down Cedar Stars, and it was this costly outside-the-box handball by Nicholas Bazama that put Cedar Stars behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, and the Galaxy had been playing out of pressure, building short passes, but elect to go long here, and you could just see the slip there from Bazama. It's really unlucky. His feet just come out from underneath him, reaches back instinctively. It's the right decision, of course, with a red card, and the Galaxy do the right thing, coming down this left-hand side, up a man. Dylan Vanny finds Preston on the far side, and they needed that second runner in the box. Carson Sagely makes that near post run, draws attention, and Christian Correa steps up with an important header.
Was 1-0 to the Galaxy at halftime. They pushed and pushed throughout the second half. Dylan Vanny, their star man, puts the second one home.
Yeah, and Hartley was able to get in more advanced position. It's a lovely ball in behind, and the recognition to be in that pocket, but to stretch and then cut back across to put it on his right foot. It's a cool finish from Dylan Vanny, an important one.
Cedar Stars was not done. We've seen them rescue results all week long. Amadou Hahn made it 2-1 late.
Yeah, Amadou Hahn has been the lifeline, the emergency safety valve. He's a one-man pressure machine here, and it's a really clever finish to roll it and then pick out that near post. And right now you're saying, oh no, is this gonna happen again? They had to fight their way back into the final in the dying minutes, but then it's another slip and a costly one building out from pressure from Cedar Stars. And Kayana steps up and tucks it in for Galaxy, a 3-1 win.
The Galaxy, U19 MLS NEXT Cup champions. Celebration is on for the Galaxy. They've got their champions t-shirts. They are going to get ready to move over towards the main stage here at Richard Siegel Soccer Complex for the trophy presentation. Our third champion decided this week. Philadelphia Union U15s, RSL U16s yesterday, the U17 still to come. In the U19 division, it is the LA Galaxy bringing home another trophy. We will have the celebration for you live momentarily. Stay with us on the MLS YouTube channel. Our Championship Sunday coverage from MLS NEXT Cup continues next.